Shakeups coming to the Cincinnati Police Department in response to feedback from members of the force.
During a meeting this morning, Chief Terry Thigi sharing the findings of an internal assessment of the department with City Council. WLWT News 5's Daisy Kershaw was there and joins us live with some of the key takeaways. Daisy?
Ashley, of the CPD employees who participated, some reported issues with things like discrimination and a lack of transparency within the force. The department now vowing to address those problems.
This is a great first step for the department. We've done a lot of good work, but we have a lot more work to do.
Local leaders and law enforcement weighing in on the results of a cultural assessment survey conducted within the Cincinnati Police Department.
I would say we're in a good place.
Chief Teresa Thigi presenting the findings. Out of more than 1,000 CPD employees, 507 participated in this assessment. Those who did also opting out of some questions, and about only 17 agreeing to one-on-one interviews. CPD leaders say they hope these efforts will encourage more members to share their concerns.
I think any organization struggles to make sure that people feel safe to talk about the things that maybe otherwise they would not be comfortable talking with.
The process revealing some strengths. Among them, employees reporting they feel good about their relationship with the public. Another positive, members expressing the department's mental health resources are helpful.
So we want to make sure that our officers are at their best, whether physically well as mentally well.
The assessment also bringing issues to light. More than 80% of employees who responded say there is a lack of transparency from management when it comes to decision making. When it comes to workplace treatment, less than half of those who responded reported seeing bias or discrimination. But 49% saying they didn't feel comfortable reporting discrimination. And looking at fairness and accountability within the department, 71% reported inconsistencies in disciplinary action, with more than half saying there's not enough accountability. Again, less than half of the employees who were asked to take the survey ended up participating. But Chief Thigi says that she is dedicated to making sure that employees' concerns are addressed. One of the ways that they will be working to do that is by going back over the past couple of years of bias and discrimination reports, trying to get to the root of that issue so that it can be addressed. Reporting live, Daisy Kershaw, WLWT News 5.